Look at this.
A seamless
We
setup.
don't even have to wait. We don't even have to wait. They're ready to go.
They're
Look at
ready
that.
to go.
He's having a little snooze. He's having a little snooze. It's ready. They're loading. So what is the edit like? Are we talking in like present tense? Like as if like we were watching them live? Is that what we do? I've never done one of these before.
I think we just talk as if they're playing live. I think that makes the most sense.
All right. Cool. That sounds good. I'm ready to roll.
I'm gonna just let people know that we're ready for round 2.
Oh yeah, good. We should count it down.
Yeah, then you know what? I'd be down for a countdown. Once I find everything again. All right, Wef, give me a fun countdown.
A fun countdown?
I mean, fun is subjective. You pick a fun countdown.
Right. 3, 2, 1, go!
Yay.
I don't know what go is in German.
All right.
Get! I knew that, actually. I knew that. Dang it.
Yeah.
Umbra Orb Minus is not great.
Yes.
Ice Plus, though.
I listened to this a bit while it was live, and I was fixing my internet. The runners were happy with me. I promise. Do not go back and listen to any of the POVs.
Okay.
They will lie to you.
Check. I mean, they have Ice Plus. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got Trash Island Soda Co. versus Videodames. That's Lord Fizzlebeef and Saracen GG. They're buds from the Final Fantasy Randomizer community. And then we got Videodames, Art Hunter Vera, and Ladybun, who I believe just met via the Timespinner Rando.
I believe
that's a selling spangle early. What is there to complain about here?
That's what.
All right, you know what? We're gonna forget that I know that this race even existed. This is the first time I know anything about this. That's a Sellen's Bangle early. Ice Plus. There's a lot going on in the Economizer ring early. If you get a good spell, then that's like... Oh, that's a Colossal Hammer Plus with an Economizer ring. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Big Hammer and Economizer. I don't know why they were complaining at me. Which they weren't, by the way.
Hairpin.
They weren't complaining at
the
me.
Skelly Bones. That's pretty good. All right. So they are kind of cruising through this. We have slight difference in routing in the past. We have somebody. We have Ladybun just going straight to the left, and then seeing what Cantorin's got, taking the Golden Idol. That's for a Colossal Hammer Plus fight. That is big. Pretty darn good. As we see Vera pick up Ladybun's Succubus Hairpin. That is potentially going to be really good. Doesn't look like Ladybun's going to do the Golden Idol at Cantorin quite yet. I mean, she is like level 1. Although we do have a flooded Lake Desolation, which is definitely one of those annoyances. Although an Aura Blast Plus, that's a personal favorite of mine. Now, they don't have the Economizer ring that the Past Seed does, but it's still pretty spicy. An elevator key card for the present player.
I realize I've accidentally placed these runners diagonal. Oh well.
I'm dealing with it. I'm sitting with it, Zed. It's fine.
It is okay. It's gonna get a little bit more complicated when they're not.
Yeah. Oh, laser accesses. That's our second laser access, actually. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a Fizzlebeef's Economizer ring. So there you go. You've got Saracen rolling into the Nightmare at Boots fight. Ice Ring, not awesome here, but the Jin Inferno, they only have enough aura to cast it once, so they can't.
Yeah, they cannot multicast that Jin Inferno. They cannot use the glitch because they cannot cast it twice.
That is the one time that you can't Jin Inferno glitch, is if you don't have enough aura to cast it twice.
Alright, so I'm going to start apologizing in advance, Wef. I'm going to start moving it for you. On stream, You're not going to know what I'm talking about, because it's just going to magically fix itself.
Okay. I will try and not get cross-eyed. We have Dark Flames Plus as the reward. I see that. That's pretty big. Again, as we saw last race, the Umbra Orb Plus is quite powerful. So Dark Flames Plus is a nice find there. As we see Saracen getting that Aura Blast Plus that we saw Vera have, courtesy of Ladybun. Yeah, I mean, Ladybun and Fizzlebeef definitely went different ways, although they are just kind of crossing paths now and now doing opposite things. Looks like Fizzlebeef is going to be kind of high-fiving here. Almost. I guess it was just barely missed a high five. Ladybun heading back to the left, probably going to go run and do that Azure Queen fight, is my guess. And we'll see how that goes. Low level, I mean, Azure Queen's got a lot of HP. A deceptive, for how early of a boss it is, Azure Queen's got a deceptively large amount of HP. So you do have to be careful. We've seen people take deaths in this tournament at the Azure Queen spot, just out of sheer underestimation. So we do have Ladybun and Fizzlebeef fighting Boots at the Azure Queen spot. Ladybun's getting way better RNG. That is something to note. Got a couple laser beams while Fizzlebeef was getting some steppies, and it seems to have evened out a little bit here. We did get a couple laser beams at the same time on Fizzlebeef's side, and falling rocks that's the dangerous. That is the dangerous attack that you see from Boots. It's a high multiplier on the base damage. And so even something that you're not expecting to do a whole lot of damage, those falling rocks will do a lot more damage than you're expecting if you're not careful.
Yep. It is quite dangerous.
Yep, as that gets taken care of on Ladybun's side, heading into burn those vines, and seeing what we have there. Ladybun realizing, hey, I don't have a pyramid key. Probably was trying to hit up and seeing what was up, realizing no pyramid key. Saracen and Ladybun kind of syncing up again. Now, again, Ladybun's already done a lot of this side. She has not gone. Oh, that is a huge time save for Saracen, getting flung across Lake Serene.
That's a time save.
Huge time save.
We in the business, we call that a time save.
That's massive. All right. So Vera and Fizzlebeef both in the present. I'm going to try and keep up with what they're doing. Somehow they've got the sash.
Crazy.
Fizzlebeef has the sash, but Vera does not. I guess it's on the part of the pass that Saracen did, but Ladybun has yet to do, although we are seeing Ladybun in the Maw Caves. So if Vera doesn't have the sash now, it might be a bit before she gets it. So that'll be something interesting to watch. Historically, sash has been one of those big advantage items where it's like a tell that if the team, well, not really the team, because the way this tournament has really panned out, but the racer who gets the sash early has seen some pretty significant advantages. So we'll see how long that advantage lasts. Again, because Ladybun going into the Maw Caves here is actually stopping Art Hunter Vera from getting that sash that Fizzlebeef has. So that's a bit of an advantage right now for them. Oh, there's the sash. Never mind. The sash was in the library. My mistake. Okay. That was just a difference in order of library checks. So that is parity there. We'll see, as both of our past runners are in the Maw Caves now, what the difference is going to be here in the present. It looks like we have a BK mode situation because Fizzlebeef is currently grinding entropy.
one entropy at a time with that ice orb.
At a time. Now, interesting to note that Vera does have the D key card, whereas Fizzlebeef doesn't.
I believe...
JK, Fizzlebeef now has the D key card. Got the Eternal Crown there, and we see Vera a little bit ahead of Fizzlebeef, who's going to be doing the exact same thing here.
Oh, the names are still
grabbing
backwards.
The warp shards and heading to the right.
The names have always been in the right locations.
They've always been in the right locations. Okay.
All right.
Fizzlebeef, I mean.
Yes, Fizzlebeef, making their way through the Maw Caves, finding that D key card in Jackpot Room.
Yes. We got there.
As we all know, and we're all paying attention to.
Yep, it's true. We get an Eternal Coat for the past seed, so that's really cool. They already had a Lab Coat, so the Lab Coat and the Sellen's Bangle was already good enough. The Eternal Coat is just bragging at this point. So that's good for both the runners.
Yes, I don't know if the present runners have good equipment, but this could be a good use of gifting.
It could be. Right now, like the way the present runners are going, they are in a much lower level, much less danger in where they are. So maybe if for some reason the present runners suddenly get access to the military hangar, gifting is going to play a big part, as suddenly that Eternal Coat and that Sellen's Bangle even might have more of a use in the present rather than the past. We have a breathless Cantorin at Maw fight, but Ladybun doesn't seem to care all that much.
Why would you need to care when you have Big Hammer and
Big Hammer
Economizer
ring? I mean, you have a lot of damage. So the thing is about that. Well, I guess they haven't seen any laser gates. The key thing is if you are running on Prison Break, that Maw fight gets you basically just 2 items, and that's it. As Ladybun's getting a little bullied by an archer there.
Yes, but
their partners have laser access checks, but so far they do not.
Yes, and it will, because they are the past player, it will make their Lake of Desolation much more dangerous, at least until they have that gas mask.
Yep.
Which only matters once you actually have access to Lake Desolation, so...
Right, yeah, and since they are the past player, their portal is likely not going to... Like, there's one portal where it matters. No, there's 2 portals where it matters. The majority of portals to the present will not force you to go on an oxygen run through Lake Desolation. But another time save on a throw stun trap there on Ladybun's side this time, getting hurled across that room. Don't have to walk. It's much faster to fly.
Who needs to walk when you can get thrown across room? Much more efficient.
We've got this Golden Idol fight on Vera's side. This is, I believe, at the Varney spot. So,
I do believe so.
Ice Orb's not great here. I don't know what... The Jin Inferno spell, probably good. I think I saw Saracen go into that fight. What was he using on this fight that he got out of it so quickly?
He may have been using that light wall. I did not catch whether that light wall was good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Vera does have light wall right now, so that is an option.
Getting through it, it's slow, but you know, all very good runners at this game.
Yeah, we're seeing a Idol at Cantor in here. Gunworm pretty good here against the dolls. Probably gonna switch over to Big Hammer.
Big Hammer.
Big Hammer. Lots of damage here. Pretty
300, just under 350. Meanwhile, Vera was doing a whopping 8.
Yeah, not a lot of damage versus a whole lot of damage. All right, and the reward is the
The
drawbridge
drawbridge key.
key.
Ooh, very
That's
exciting.
information more than anything else. I don't believe, and I was, you know what? I did say it, didn't I? I said if you don't have pink when you get the drawbridge key, you have to remember that when you get the drawbridge key, those Ilana's bedroom items are priority. Okay, so we have Saracen heading into idle now. We'll see what his strategy is here.
He can do the Jin. Oh, he can do the
Oh, he
Jin's
dropped
glitch.
the Jin Inferno glitch. And he has an ether. Is that going to be enough? I don't think it's enough.
He's
I
gonna
think he's
hold it to
holding
make
it because
sure
he
that he has
realizes that
enough.
it's not enough. There we go. He held it
There we
for a
go.
little
That is
longer.
a much more efficient fight. Not quite as
Oh,
efficient as
way
if they
more
had Big
efficient.
Hammer, but
Yeah, it's no big hammer, but it was at a much lower HP spot. So
Bun's hammer is doing 390, is able to one cycle.
that's a lot of damage. And there's that drawbridge key. So keeping that in mind. We have a flooded moat, so no getting the lore at the bottom there for our runners. We have a dip into the pyramid from Saracen. So this is they have unchained keys, and then the one pyramid access they have, it looks like, is
Yep, that is in fact the one. It looks weird because their trackers rotated all funny because they used a vertical tracker, which I said was fine.
Yeah, so we have, with the sash, like, this isn't really that much of a problem. Yo, Shattered Orb Plus. Fizzlebeef
They were
gets Shattered
complaining at
Orb
me.
Plus in the Castle Keep. Pretty big. Pretty big.
Kobo familiar. Did not see if that was progression at all.
Yeah,
Because it didn't pop up on their screen.
yeah, the Kobo Familiar in Archipelago will show up as a priority item or a progression item if the Gyre Archives are on. The other way you can tell is if Yorn from the opening cutscene is in that room in the top of the library.
Another fun way you can figure it out is because the gyre being enabled adds so many checks, your hints will actually cost 1 point more if they're enabled. Same with Pyramid Start. Pyramid Start will also cause your hints to cost 1 point more. So if you end up with both, they cost 33 points instead of what most runners are probably experienced with it being 32.
Well, there is a twin pyramid key on Lord Fizzlebeef's side, up by the under the twins. So big deal. That is not an unchained key. So if they're running Enter Sandman, that is also their pyramid access.
Yep, they will get a warp to the present as well as a warp to the pyramid.
Yep. All right, we're getting one last check in the pyramid from Saracen here.
Ooh,
Right
key
before
card
the
D.
final boss. Yeah, the keycard D. Pretty big. Just a captain's uniform. Nothing there. We have a Ravenlord fight over
You know what? Ravenlord is weak to Big Hammer. Everything is weak to Big Hammer.
You know, the range is what really helps here.
It really does.
On the Big Hammer. The upward, it's able to hit upward. It's got a nice range to it. It's just, there's a lot to love about Big Hammer. Against, even though it's not technically strong against Ravenlord, 240 is nothing to sneeze at. And like I said, with that arch of the attack, that is a huge benefit. We'll see if Lady Bun opts to do the idle fight here as well, knowing that the Maw fight is already done on Lady Bun's side. She's kind of all in on this not being laser access, and so far they don't have any laser accesses, so it's like
it does seem like a safe bet now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does seem an awful lot like a safe bet. Again, like, the danger there is, like, where's the gas mask? If the gas mask is in Lake Desolation, that's a problem. But it also means that the Maw would not be required, because then it would be With Enter Sandman, you don't even have to go to the lab, which would be huge. That's an old school go mode. That's from a couple tournaments ago, actually. That was one of the key things is finding where you find your gas mask can say a lot about what kind of seed it is. So if the gas mask is in Lake Desolation, that should signal to Lady Bun that maybe, or Lake Desolation specifically in the crash site checks. That's a signal to Lady Bun that lab is not required. Just don't go there.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not how these archipelago seeds are generated.
Oh shoot, that's right. Dang it.
They are generated to be 100%able.
You're right. I'm used to not. Yeah, I'm used to it being.
Yes, the built-in randomizer does not guarantee that all locations are accessible. However, the settings we are running with here do guarantee that. There is an option to make it so that it more mirrors the existing randomizer.
Yeah, from experience, that's not a good idea.
No, it's a lot.
Waffle Soup and I did a marathon run where we were both. It was a 1 HP Deathlink run where I basically had to do the whole game because like none of Waffle Soup's seed was accessible. So don't do that. It's not fun for for co-op seeds. Oh, we're gonna run. Oh, never mind. That's the wrong gyre.
That's the gyre reel.
Yeah, that's the real gyre that you can't get into in the randomizer. All right, so we do have an oxygen run on Lady Bun's side. There is this room where oxygen is free.
Yeah.
No lore reason, just missed it when coding for the oxygen. It's fine.
That's fine.
We
We love that room.
Oh no, that's the crush. Here comes the West Lake Desolation, or just going down. Yeah, had already gotten that, so just heading into the Zarian Cave to get some more oxygen, and a nice heal. And now this is the tricky part when you are running out of oxygen, going up. Right, it's much slower to go up than it is to go down. So you're gonna start running out as Fizzlebeef just demolishes Voltarilis there at Boots. Was that a one shot? It may have been a one
to
shot.
our mom, like
Ooh,
Genza.
oh, yep.
Wef, were you around when we were discussing Dad likes, Mom likes, and Alana likes?
I was around.
Okay.
I was around for the mom-like discussion. I was not happy about the mom-like discussion, but I was around.
Sandman is a mom-like. You cannot fight it. Sandman is also an Alana-like.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Like, yeah. All right, we need some healing there on Lady Bun. Again, this oxygen run, taking a lot of damage, hitting the save point, so she is now in the clear. So, that's a full Lake Desolation clear for Lady Bun. Had to use a couple healing items, but no big deal.
Still has no air in this fight, though.
Nope, no hair. Yeah, but fortunately it is.
Fortunately,
big hammer, it turns out, is very powerful.
Yeah.
Ooh, Vera is getting close here. Got to jump over these. It's foolproof if you can just do it. Okay, here you go. We have Genza here on Saracen's side, kind of baiting the long-range attack, which opens up Genza to a few more attacks than it would if he were to do the melee. So that's good strats if intentional.
Yeah, our present runner's still stuck on that ice orb. I still don't understand why they're upset at me. It's ice orb plus. It's awesome.
We just got a gate, castle gate past access for Saracen there. So, and takes a death.
Saracen is having a hard time with that Genza fight.
Yeah,
it is.
It's yeah.
It is quite strong, especially when you are.
But like it was like otherwise he was in BK, right? So you might as well try getting that warp is helping a lot because now he no longer has to do that.
Yep, I mean, when you have nothing else to do, you may as well go smash your head into the boss that kills you.
Yeah, I
But
mean, if you win, that's huge, right? That's a great use of your BK time.
exactly.
All right, so we got a map check on Vera's side. I don't believe I saw a dad percent there, although that is concerning because I'm looking at their trackers and it looks like we have a total of one piece of the time spinner across all 4 of our players.
Yeah, 1 of 10. You know, that's pretty good time for 25 minutes in, I think. Ignore the fact
You
that our
know,
previous run was already done.
yeah,
With a combined, I think, 7 time spinner pieces. That's not important to this conversation.
no.
There were 2 of them working on the same seed. Of course they had more pieces of the time spinner.
Right, obviously. All right, what do we got? What do we got here, Vera? Checking the past. Oh my goodness, look at all that orange. What are you
That's
doing
a
first?
lot of things.
Yeah, deciding to go left instead of right into Ilana's area. Probably the good play here. Because this is the seed, the present start seed has those laser gates. So Ilana might not be required. There's a whole bunch more checks that aren't in Ilana's tower than are in Ilana's tower. That is a plasma orb for Lady Bun.
That is 2 guaranteed items marked as progression.
That is true.
They may or may
So-
not actually help anything,
Right.
but they are
important
marked
items.
as progression.
Yeah, so we will see what those hold. Lady Bun's not immediately going to it. I mean, she is kind of in the middle of something. No one wants to backtrack into the tower. It feels really bad. So we'll see where she goes with that knowledge that Gatekeep is on. And as such, we have a girl boss here. So we'll see where that takes us. Oh, that's not a very efficient throw stun trap. Although that's another gear.
We are up to 3 pieces out of 10 on Trash Island Sodako's side.
That is just phenomenal. Look at them.
Look at them go.
All right. Well, we have going into okay, so Lady Bun is doing the oxygen run down in the bottom of Lake Desolation now. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't think she actually did this. We'll see what's here.
Yep. Could have just decided that this was going to be a one-way trip.
Yep.
Has 1 more item to get to.
Yeah, and there's something to maybe be said about warp sharding instead of going through heals here. Oh, you
Sorry,
don't want to
2
have to
more
backtrack.
items.
Yeah, warp sharding here, going to the boots warp, and then going right to left. I don't really know if that's the right play or not. It's kind of a
Well,
middle
if you
ground sort of
find
deal.
nothing for yourself, you can quit out and save your heals.
Yeah. Ice orb.
Your own
plus,
Ice Orb
though.
Plus. No, not even.
Oh,
That was
okay,
sent.
Yeah, that was sent. Okay, well, it was almost exciting.
Yeah, I'd just
And here's
take
where
the
we're gonna
death
get a
here.
work card, yeah.
Get my items back.
Hitting that save point and Skelly Bones check. Oh, and a throw. Look at that throw. Did not want to go to the right, unfortunately, or else that would have been yet another brilliant throw stun time.
We've
save.
seen a lot of good throws. I believe
A lot of really good throws.
I believe one of these people ended up rolling the all throw stun traps option, which is not very common to happen, but it is very funny when it does.
All right, so we have, it looks like going into the idle spot here for Saracen, while Fizzlebeef is climbing Alana's tower. That is something that is a little bit delayed on Fizzlebeef's side. Although they do have the pieces of the Timespinner advantage. Videodames still chilling at a cool 0 pieces of the Timespinner.
You only need them at the very end of the game.
Yeah, they don't really do anything. Like, come on.
The wheel and spindle, in theory, do something, but they're well beyond the point where that matters.
Yeah, we've
The wheel,
Sandman.
the wheel can be helpful as
The
like
wheel
a
can be
movement
very
tool.
We have Sandman and Alana here on Fizzlebeef's side. And it looks like Lady Bun climbing up this tower for the first time. We'll see what's here. We have a gilded egg and some stuff that
Getting
doesn't
that
really
pink equipped,
matter. A shadow seal.
Or are we seeing water mask hint? In lab.
Water mask is in the lab. Okay, so here's those priority items. The elevator key card. And I think that was the gear 2.
Yes.
On
elevator
Vera's
key
side.
card
So
and gear 2.
I was wondering where those came from, and now I know. Oh, we have Saracen went into the gyre without the wheel and is paying the price.
This is one of very few things that can be done out of logic.
Oh, it's a great Gin Inferno. Unfortunately, that cane doesn't die to it. But
they'd be better off
Spearers
if they had Big Hammer.
Yeah. Oh, the Lake Desolation pyramid access. That's not overly helpful.
It's just a little bit insulting now, isn't it?
Our present start. Literally the first portal they run into. And this is a good room. If you're not out of aura, this is a good room in the gyre. Just a cane. Just hit him with a couple Gin Infernos, and that'll be all she wrote. Although these item toasts really aren't helpful for your Gin Inferno rhythm.
This room isn't bad either, since the mushroom towers will go down in one cast.
Yep, and icicle ring or ice orb will kill all of the tiny mushrooms as they come out. So that's also, and then he runs into another Nether Shade. That is just unfortunate. This is just a bit of a cheeky play. When you don't have the wheel, none of this is in logic. I know Saracen definitely is a logic is a merely a suggestion kind of player, but this is just unfortunate. It's just a bunch of time spent doing nothing. All right, last item in the gyre is the spindle. Out of logic. Very interesting find there. A very unpopular check, really, the gyre is. It's a last location for a lot of players, so finding the spindle there, not really a huge deal to get it out of logic. It's a huge deal to get it where he got it. So, at least all that waiting was worth it. We're getting a hint on Saracen's side for
Timespinner wheel. Lake Serene, lower T chest.
And does not have enough hint points for another one. So that was Fizzlebeef. The lower T chest did not have vertical to get it earlier. Definitely has vertical now. And there's a water mask in the military
hangar.
Right, where are you going? Vera's heading back to the Greenwood Forest Warp to, I guess, hit this save and head to the right for the first time. So, big differences in routing here. Huge differences in routing here, actually. I don't know if Saracen's been over this way. Just like that, there's Gear 1. That is Gear 1 from Lady Bun over to Vera. That is something that the Trash Island Soda Co. does not have. Yes, they did. Never mind. I'm trying to keep track of the sideways the sideways tracker. Okay, so they do have that.
Yeah, they have 1 and 2.
Yeah.
All of their
The
beacons.
other one has spindle and free. Hmm. Flooded lab for our player ones. And we have Bun going up through the Varnish Tower, that elevator keycard in tow, getting these leftover checks that are behind the elevator keycard.
Yep. Onesie twosies.
Those little onesie-twosies that you can't really leave behind with a good conscience unless you have no conscience and you just abandon them forever and hope they're nothing.
That's why I'm such a fun person to play with.
We are going to get a Varney fight here, it looks like, too. So,
Ooh,
just
very
making sure
important
that
item just
everything-
picked up. The soul scanner.
Super cool. Soul scanner, and there's gear 3.
Significantly
for-
less important item.
Yeah. Not as important, no.
I personally want to know all the names of the enemies, even though I've played this game 1 or 2 times.
It's another gear. Okay, is in Lab Dynamo. So gear 2 for player 1 is in the lab. So that's 2 items, opposite seeds, that have important stuff in the lab. So it will be interesting to see if we get a lab rush from Bun here. Having beaten them all without the gas mask, this could be a gigantic advantage. We're seeing 2 different out of logic checks that could be gigantic. We have the spindle that's in the gyre, the gyre that, oh my goodness, they do?
They do.
They do have laser access? Unbelievable!
So I had to refrain from commenting on that because I was listening, and they were very upset to find this information out.
Well, there's the wheel. Wow! What are the odds you go this far without getting a single laser access if that's your... Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was... You know, you're 35 minutes in, these seeds have typically taken like 40 to 50. And you're just now figuring out you have lasers?
That is something else. I'm stunned.
Yeah, no, this seed...
I'm stunned.
They were not upset at me about the seed because of the damage, we'll say.
Yeah, holy, what in the world? Okay, well that changes the entire tenor of things. It does look like Lady Bun is just going to do some experience grinding here. I think both
Big
of our
hammer.
player 2s are in BK.
Yeah, no, this seed was definitely an interesting listen as I was fixing up everything and just hearing malice and hatred enter our runners' voices.
Gotta be something else. Like, holy, I can't even imagine. I kind of wish I was doing commentary after this. Okay, but yeah, that changes the entire tenor. That suddenly that gyre, that out of logic gyre play is now seeming pretty good with that spindle. As Saracen is closing in on
Closing in on go mode.
go
Just
mode, yeah.
needs that last gear, the gear 3.
Now, as a reminder, if Saracen does hit go mode, it's not first person to finish. It is first team to finish, and Saracen cannot collect and release. Saracen's going to have to go back into the seed and start finding things for Lord Fizzlebeef, even if he's finished. So the final time is a sum of the two a sum of the 2 finish times across both players. So
Yeah. So right now, effectively, every second that they're running counts as 2 seconds on their final time. Until one of your teammates finishes, and then you're down to 1 second per second.
it's a good ratio. That's how you know the continuum is okay. You have 1 second per second.
Yeah, but we're playing the game about messing with time and whatnot, so like 2
Yeah, right
seconds per
now,
second is pretty
yeah,
par
like
for the course.
right now, Bun's, I guess, in the pyramid getting in lore 0 seconds per second. As we see Vera rushing into the hangar, just unbelievable. I'm still in shock, and there's that water mask. I'm just in shock at that laser. I'm stunned.
Wef will not get over the laser for the next approximately 20 minutes.
Yeah, they do have one laser now. I didn't see where they picked it up, but they do have one laser now. We have Fizzlebeef going into Zarian Caves. Still no gas mask, so why bother going into the beat the Maw? He's already done the Maw Cave, so heading into Zarian Caves, we'll see if anything's here. No idea where that A card was. I apologize. I just got absolutely stun locked.
I don't know why. This is a very normal randomizer experience, Wef.
Yeah, just lots of just slaying of convictions over here on whenever Lady Bun gets around to playing the game again, she's gonna be doing like 1 billion damage.
I think that's the idea, yeah.
All right, we've got Vera heading into Maw Caves. Meanwhile, Saracen just finished check of the waterfall with a bit of a desync and pausing to hint for things. It's tough for... Okay, so we see a laser accesses in Lake Desolation. Saracen, or I'm sorry, Lord Fizzlebeef appears to be using the text client to hint instead of the in-game client to hint. So if you see his screen freeze a little bit, that's because he's clicked out of it and he's hinting in the Archipelago text client.
Okay, that security keycard A was at the lab right terminal at Experiment 11.
Got it.
I just pulled up the logs from the completed runs.
Gotcha.
Because I can do that. I rolled these seeds.
I love how Lady Bun's like, okay, I've still got nothing in logic, right? All right, cool. Time to keep kill. Oh, there's a gear 1. Okay. We're starting to see a little bit of go mode parity. Really, I think the key here is going to be like, when do you check that gyre?
Vera is a very thorough player.
Yeah.
So I imagine she will do so as soon as she has access to it.
Yeah, and I mean, do you think she'll do it out of logic?
I could see her doing it.
Yeah, because she still doesn't have that wheel. Yeah, meanwhile, Fizzlebeef kind of starting to wrap up Zarian Caves. We got alchemy tools, very helpful item. We'll see what's actually behind the Zarian fight. I can't imagine Fizzlebeef's not going to do it.
That big hammer is doing big damage. 750 on a enemy that is weak to it.
That's so much. So much. Fizzlebeef having a quick rest before the Zarian fight.
Might be looking or thinking about hints.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was
lasers.
no, he went to the hangar. Oh, so he's now. Yeah.
Ooh, he may have hinted.
Oh,
his
he's
last
waiting
laser.
for that last laser access because he knows Saracen's about to go get it. Or nah. Maybe he knows where it is, and we just don't know where it is.
I could go get that information. However, I'm tired. I'm gonna be real. I'm a little bit tired. This has been a lot.
You could say, but that'd be spoiling. Fair enough. Yeah, so it looks like Fizzlebeef's heading into the pyramid, maybe gonna have some fun with his own convictions.
Go get some levels. Go check regret chest. Why not?
Oh, and there's gear 1. That's oof. Both of Trash Island Sodico are now 1 piece away from
They're
Go
one
mode.
piece. They're so close.
So close. Just an ether at the crystal. We do have an underwater maw area, although Vera does have the gas mask here, so it looks like Saracen and Vera kind of zeroing in on that same area as their teammates. Oh, I just noticed we have an underwater final boss fight for our player 2s. Just compounds on the deliciousness of this scene.
Yep, they need a water mask. That they don't have.
That they super don't have right now.
They are now 2 items away from go mode, probably more.
Oh my.
Because that water mask is probably somewhere heinous.
Yep. We do have an Ifrit at Maw, so maybe a bit time consuming.
Meatball.
Meatball.
Cool meatball, Ifrit. I'm going to sit underneath you and meatball you myself.
Ooh,
You chill with that?
Unfortunately dropped the Jin Inferno glitch. Ice Orb could be doing a lot more, and this is, I've said this, yeah, you see, like, Saracen just
Blood
turned
Orb.
around.
Yeah. Saracen
just turned
turning
around.
around had
Yeah,
a little bit
and-
more luck with that ice orb.
Yep, and that was a much quicker, fight for Saracen. So, we have Saracen heading back to
Rare
Lake
spawn.
Desolation.
We had a rare spawn on Lord Fizzlebeef's side there.
Oh, nice. And now this is the final. This has to be, because now Fizzlebeef's back and waiting for that last laser. So Saracen appears to be. Oh, that's why Saracen went to kill them all. We've logicked it out. We've figured it out.
found the laser. And a sign.
All right, and there's the laser. And now it is time for Fizzlebeef to do a hard charge towards the lab. 1 piece away from go mode. Never mind, 2 pieces away from go mode because of that water mask.
Yep. Ooh. The player ones have a economizer plus of their own eventually.
Yep.
Just no big hammer to pair it with.
Unfortunately, no big hammer. They do have a meatball, although economizer
Meatball's
range
got
is
its
not
own
as-
built-in economizer.
Yeah, but it does help in places like the Zarion caves or the Maw caves, where you have to
Start
do a
it
lot of
over
screen
and over.
transitions, where you would like to chain the Jin Inferno glitch between
Time
screen
save.
transitions, but it's just not possible.
Nope.
Does anybody know how many convictions Lady Bun has killed at this point?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say at least 3.
Ooh, there's the wheel.
There is the wheel.
For
Need the
Fizzlebeef.
water mask.
Still need the water mask. And he's going to go to the gyre, it looks like. Nope, never
Nope.
mind. What do I know?
Oh, also has the elevator key card. Gonna go through Spider
Elevator
Hell.
key card. Spider Hell. Big hammer. Doesn't
Big
matter.
hammer. You know, we could have named our team Big Hammer.
Big hammer. I don't know. I like obscure names like the ones we have.
Yeah, it's good. It resonates with me.
We have to lift our tiny hands like blade orbs to heaven. Something like that.
Something like that. But we could figure something out.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Celestial Sash for Lady Bun. I didn't realize that was there. Okay. So
It's pretty
we
awesome.
have
That's like
yep,
3 things.
Infernal Flames. There's a Plasma Geyser for Lady Bun, not the first pink. We have Vera rolling into the lab now. We have a hint in the lab for Vera to go get for Lady Bun. I don't know exactly what that is. It's probably... Was that the water mask?
I believe that hint is going to be the key card, the A card.
Oh, the A card? Okay.
Oh, getting that tablet too on Lady Bun's side.
Yep.
Getting all those downloads. Finally free of your shackles, and you get a Bombardment Plus to go with your Shattered Orb that's probably level 93 by now.
It's something like that.
No,
Switching over to Bombardment Plus. It's a good play.
Good play. I could see the utility in swapping to a Bombardment Plus when your Shattered Orb is level 12.
Yep. All right. We've got quick save. Lady Bun did see a little bit of orange on her tracker. Gonna head over to do some vertical stuff.
Map panic.
Yeah, June Inferno minus. Shoutouts to Win. If you spammed the map button, it would unlock all the warps back like several years ago into Timespinner Randomizer. This is the deep lore.
I was not around when this was the case.
No, that was a long time ago. You could unlock all of the warps if you just spammed the map button.
Time save. You know what? Yeah, that's a time save.
Yeah,
Might have had to turn around a little bit, but that's a time save.
We'll call that a time save.
Throw traps are all time saves. Time save.
Oh, that's a time.
Just kidding.
Never mind. Got a clip. Bummer. That could have been huge.
It's always unfortunate when you get flung across a big room and then out of bounds.
Yeah, that wasn't even like a slope. That was just right into a wall. Really unfortunate. Laser access hint in Castle Keep Twins on Vera's side. So Vera apparently has not killed the twins yet. Knowing that she had laser access, don't really blame her. But unfortunately, it's a required item for her partner. So, and there's that A card.
There's that key card A. Things to do.
Yep. We have a vanilla Alana over here, alongside a not so vanilla Cantorin. You know, Saracen, did Saracen ever go back to beat Genza at Kobo? Yet?
I don't believe he has.
Oh, that would be brutal. Imagine.
I'm imagining. It's kind of funny. If you think about it.
It's a little funny.
You know,
Lady Bun had unequipped the hammer just in time to do spider hell.
You could have put bombardment on a different loadout.
Yeah, Lady Bun uses auto fire.
Oh,
and
true.
Having orbs on the other loadout makes auto fire a bit slower. Due to you can still orb swap on auto fire, and if there are orbs on that other loadout, if it's the same orb that you're using, then it doesn't actually reset the cooldown. So, not surprised, Lady Bun not using the other loadout there.
Yeah, I'll sometimes just run around with empty loadouts, or largely empty loadouts. Like if I specifically need a loadout with pink or fire, I'll go put one orb or just Infernal Flames on something. It's maybe not the smartest decision, but it's what I do.
This is my crackpot theory. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Lady Bun just got B card from the Art Hunter Vera's Spider Hell.
Uh-huh.
Lady Bun does not have a water mask. I'm going to call Vanilla Water Mask.
Vanilla Water Mask.
which would be down in the Siren Caves below Varney's Tower.
That'd be kind of funny. It would be. Gross sirens.
Yeah, no one wants to do those caves if you don't have water mask. There's 2 checks down there if you don't have water mask, and they're at the very end. I always say, the worst thing that can happen in a randomizer is something is in its vanilla location. All right, well, we have Fizzlebeef heading into the Gyre. We'll see what's here.
Vera has her Timespinner wheel.
Oh. There
That
it
was
is.
that was
yeah,
at
and I guess...
the Lake Serene.
Oh, and Vera's heading in to get that spindle. This is a good call on her part.
We know this is good. This is important.
And will be faster for Vera than it was for Saracen.
Yep.
Potentially.
Look at that nether shade hanging out like the bastard he is.
Still not. He's not like really like fun. Like he's just kind of like dodge. See, like yeah. I mean, even then with all that struggle, I think that was still faster than Saracen having to wait. And yeah, here's Saracen coming back to Genza, saying, "Hey, remember
Meatball.
me? I'm a lot stronger than I was before.
Got a lot more health now. It's gonna take a lot more to kill me now."
All right, so Ladybun going through Zarian Caves. Pretty sure there's nothing here. I don't remember Fizzlebeef picking up anything, although it could have been an archipelago item that I just missed. And I don't believe, unless, yeah, I don't know if anything was in the Player 2 Gyre either. I had missed the pickups there.
I do not believe there was anything important in the Player 2 Gyre. There might have been a Timespinner piece in the Zarian Caves, but I am unsure.
Yeah, we'll see. The problem here is when you have so many things that don't have icons, they're just the archipelago icon. You just kind of got to look when they pick it up, and then you have to look at a different screen to see what it was. So it makes things a little more difficult.
It is certainly a task to follow all of this.
Yeah, Fizzlebeef checking crash site checks, it looks like here.
What do we got? We knew it was nothing.
Yeah, we knew it was nothing. Because Ladybun did it like a billion years ago. Because, you know, who needs a gas mask?
That's why we pay you the big bucks. Yep, I'm paying Wef half of what I get from this stream.
Okay. I didn't know what the split was. I hadn't asked. I thought it would be tacky.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm pretty reasonable. I figure since I'm doing most of the streams, it's fair if I go 50-50 since I'm gonna make, you know, very properly 50.
Okay. So Twitch 50, you 25, me 25 is really...
Yeah, that's really what it comes out to be.
Okay. Still fair. Where's this water mask?
I know.
Where is this thing?
Do you want to know?
I mean, I'm thinking I'm saying
you're,
vanilla.
You're convinced it's vanilla, and I love you for that.
Fizzlebeef does not have that B card from Saracen's Spider Hell in Varney's Tower, so interesting little development here, because Saracen is now checking these underwater checks in the post-Maw Siren Caves. We have Vera getting a laser access for Ladybun, and that is all 3 laser accesses for Ladybun. So now there's that.
Everyone's
that
got
whole
lasers. Yippee!
Yeah, and so that's more stuff that'll distract you from doing, you know, vanilla water mask. I'm convinced at this point, like with what we know.
Oh, time save.
With what we know.
With what we know, it is looking like the very likely option.
Yeah.
Ladybun is level 66.
That is
I don't know
very
about
high.
you, but I end most Timespinner randomizers at around level 23.
20 something, yeah, is reasonable. Yeah.
23, 24. Seems like what I'm usually at.
Well, we are gonna see a charge into the lab from Lady Bun. There's a unclipped. Unfortunate.
Slopes were a mistake.
Yeah.
Every game
and
that has slopes, they're abused in some way. Stop putting slopes in games.
I think this is gonna be that moment where Videodames, I think, takes the lead on that spider hell check that Vera did.
Yes, that B card starts being important right as Bun gets into the lab.
You're gonna see a very sad high five here. And yeah, here it is. Oof. Yeah.
I am surprised that we are seeing checks of Experiment 13, considering that roughly 50% of the time, it's just going to be an unreadable item that you have to grab anyways.
Yeah, half the time it's not gonna matter. What? Yeah. Oh, never mind. She hasn't.
Yeah,
turned
no,
on
that
the-
laser's supposed to be there. Don't worry.
Okay, I thought. Okay, we're good.
Wait. Hold on.
What?
I just saw the jewelry box pop up on Fizzlebeef's screen. That's why.
That's why they're not using different loadouts.
Oh.
Oh, there's Gear 3. We knew the Gear 3 was there in the Dynamo. So now Vera. Yeah.
Vera is in go mode.
Yep.
We
and
think.
heading in there to go ahead and finish the game. Yeah, that's the big difference. That's the huge difference. That B card, Vera hopping into Varney's tower, doing a very thorough clear of Varney's tower, getting that spider hell check done with that B card, ended up being the main difference here. Unless Saracen turns around right now and stops doing this underwater maw cave, and goes and for some reason decides, you know what, let's do a spider hell, then I see no real path where, because Fizzlebeef is just unfortunately stuck here doing nothing, waiting for that unlocker, and yeah, clearly no hint points left.
Yeah.
Fizzle was out of hint points for about 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, so much of this tournament has been like,
It's an information
what do you
game.
hint for, right?
It is a
Gifting
10,000% a
spaghetti.
game.
That is actually Vera rolling in with a pocket full of spaghetti, with just both pockets full of spaghetti.
Hey. Healing good.
It's good. You can't die if you heal.
You cannot die if you can literally stop time and heal yourself back to full health when you are about to die.
Yeah, it's true.
And
Seen it.
spaghetti's, I don't know about you, but I like spaghetti. It's pretty good.
Honestly, in terms of like dishes that you could eat for healing, like spaghetti, pretty good.
Spaghetti. The Empress cakes from that you can get do sound pretty good as well.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not sure if you ever go and read the flavor text, but they make that. Bodhi has made that cake out to be very, very good.
Does it have coconut?
I don't believe so because I do not like coconut, so that would be something I remember.
Okay. Well, I mean, even if it doesn't mention that it has coconut, like, you don't have to eat it out of someone, unless, like, you can eat it out of your own pocket. I would eat spaghetti out of my own pocket.
Yeah. Hey, there's the water mask.
Hey,
You found
there's
it.
the water mask. It was not vanilla. Oh, well.
Very sad. Not vanilla.
Yeah, Lady Bun, probably, it's still the most expeditious thing to defeat Genza here, just for, the warp. And the save point, just the warp out, especially with Bombardment Plus. Oh, cool light wall.
Light wall plus. Let's go.
Plus? Hello?
I'm still using Big Hammer.
Oh, wait, Lady Bun doesn't. Oh, Lady Bun needs 2 pieces of the Timespinner still.
Yep. Still needs the wheel and spindle. has the gear 3, which is at the dynamo.
Yeah.
That Fizzle Beef is missing.
A weird seed.
Depends on the garment. Very specifically, it's always denim.
Yeah, it's jeans for sure. Yeah, Wheel and Spindle aren't here. I believe they're in the player 1 seed, which, yeah, like Vera's main goal here is to stop the timer, right?
Right.
Stop the timer. That is 50. All right, now the Maw Cave, or the Maw Cave, the Maw Boss for
Maw Boss. This one is easy. You stop time, you run all the way to the left, and only one attack can hit you. And then you just wail.
Yep. There's the spot without the time stop. Looks like.
Oh yeah, backdash also does that.
Okay, we've got Lady Bun running through a dead Emperor's Tower.
Yep. Yeah. Finish up checks.
Unless this is also dad percent.
I do not believe this was
Yeah,
dad
no,
percent.
I don't think it's dad percent either. Because
230 on every bombardment pellet.
So much damage. All right, well, that's exclamation points for Vera. Now Vera's got to get back in the game and find Lady Bun's go mode.
She's gotta go.
Saracen is just doing not the spider. Like, it's the thing is, there's no like, this is fine. This is not a bad play. Saracen's doing the fine play. Like, it's a totally reasonable, good play, I would say, even the proper play. But yeah, Senso, Fizzle Beef is currently unable to get any more checks, does not have any more hint points, and as such is just kind of chilling in front of that B card door, waiting. Okay, looks like Lady Bun is heading into those lower Varney Tower Siren Caves, where the vanilla water mask is. Vera's not jumping back in with much haste here. Okay, there you go. Maybe you had to take a nerves break for a second and say, okay, I'm heading back in. All right, so I think Lady Bun will, having cleared the lab, have hint points, maybe have already hinted for where go mode is for her. Vera running backwards. Oh, regret. Interesting.
Timespinner wheel.
Sealed cave.
Sealed cave, Zerion, bottom left.
Bottom left, yeah.
And then Spindle.
Mm-hmm.
Which is definitely somewhere, I believe.
It's somewhere.
We know it is not at Wet Regret.
Oh, it
Or
is.
Regret.
It's a struggle juggle.
Juggle. Okay. So, Lady Bun is in
So, Vera is like,
no
bye.
mode. Vera needs to get out of here.
Yeah, Vera's gone. Vera's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Let's go. Maybe
Does-
out of warp
Did Vera
shards?
run out of warp shards?
Perhaps ran out of warp shards here.
This seed was pretty long, all things
Yeah,
considered.
I mean, I would not be surprised if they ran out of warp. But yeah, here goes Lady Bun just to camp out by the.
Oh, we know where the. Oh no, that was their own. I was about to say it's in the gyre, but no, that was their spindle, not.
That was their own, yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of done checks here in Siren Caves on Vera's side. Did she just miss one?
Very well could have.
Is it the breakable wall? Maybe? Oh, yeah.
The speeding in a school zone. Accidentally
Yeah.
forgot to drop down here for the 2 checks.
Yep. So there's that wheel and the spindle. Yeah, it's a save and quit.
Good save and quit.
Without warp shards, this is a very savvy save and quit all the way out into
All the way back
here.
to the point.
Not
And
bad.
oh,
And I guess not
Word
grabbing that
Visible
save,
has
realizing
their B
yeah.
card now. So they are imminent go.
Yep. Saracen heading into do these fights here. Gonna finish up his seed. And now Fizzlebeef has that B card and is charging into the lab, doing lab spider hell. Plenty of exciting things await here, as they already know. We have I think that was the download that matters. As Saracen's wrapping up, Vera is, yep, collecting. Okay, so here we go. Lady Bun.
Lady Bun making efficient
huge
work
amounts
with
of
her bombardment that deals just
Fantastic
a
amounts of
spoonful of damage.
And there you go. That is the
That
race.
is exclamation points for Videodames.
Holy. Those, I'm still quite stun locked about those laser gates.
The official finish times from Vera, since her timer was not running, is 1 hour 4 minutes 57, and Lady Buns is 1 hour 10:17.
Ugh. Ugh.
Easily the longest run we have had this entire tournament.
Ugh. It does not feel good. It does look like Fizzlebeef is going to go ahead and finish up here.
No, they do end up finishing up.
Oh, cool.
Very shortly, actually.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's the water mask. There you go. And off to the boss. Yeah, you can't warp. You gotta really balance out. Is it gonna take longer for me to kill this boss or to backtrack out of the lab? Now, it is noted that Fizzlebeef is doing 66% of the damage that Lady Bun was doing.
66, closer to 1/3.
I thought Lady Bun was doing 75 per tick against Genza.
Oh, you know what? I forgot that Genza resists.
Yeah, Genza resists.
So yeah, 66% of the damage is a ridiculous number.
Yep, truly is. And Fizzlebeef's gonna go in and finish soon. Honestly, back and forth, it really did come down to that B card find on Vera's side. Doing that spider hell and saying, you know what? Leave no check behind. And it paid off in a major way. Just melting Azure Queen. Very tight race. Yeah, Saracen, that was kind of like the I really thought it was going to be a huge deal. And honestly, it kind of was, in terms of, if you think about it, like with how much longer it took for you to get the B card. It did seem like it was going to end up mattering. I really thought when Lady Bun ran into those laser gates that spindle was going to be huge. Um, but yeah, that's a weird location for a required item for that can't be hinted if you're out of hint points. And that's like kind of the linchpin of a lot of what's going on in this tournament is like, what do you hint for? Exclamation points for Fizzle Beef, 82 concussions. I'm pretty sure Fizzle Beef was bashing his head against the skull for his skull against the ceiling for a little bit there.
That is not the amount of concussions Une has. That is the amount of concussions Fizzlebees has. Like the actual person behind the keyboard. Just so much bashing of heads.
Yep. Well, that was a very tight race. Honestly, all things considered, as far apart as it was, at times, in terms of the disparate amount of progression each team had, it ended up being really, really close. Really entertaining races tonight. Like, what?
The first finish time and the last finish time is still within 10 minutes, which is ridiculous.
That is wild, actually. Just really entertaining stuff. I know this is a vodcast, so we don't have the ability to pull our racers in for comms, but I will say that Videodames will advance here to go against Twisted Sinners, which is PT and Sin Pyro. Trash Island Soda Co. unfortunately has faced their last in this tournament, but it is a pleasure to have them around. It is honestly a delight to have everybody that's in this tournament around, but Fizzle Beef and Saracen are both really cool dudes. Hope they're around for future tournaments, maybe ones that now that we've got a tournament in the books, a little more experience, we can maybe get a little more a little more tightly paced. I know Saracen was on a deadline, so I'm glad that it kind of did work out. Yeah, exactly what Saracen said. Wild race though. GG's to both teams. That Laser Gates is going to be like the moment of the tournament, I think.
Yeah, like, I suppose if you had to pick one,
so far
that's a pretty good one.
I thought it was going to be Kemp's beating Sandman and being like, wait, why am I not fighting Nightmare right
now? Why have I been warped back out? Back out of the boss room. What's up with this?
I think that was going to be the moment of the tournament, but I really think Lady Mun being like 1000% sure that she had hanger access and then running into 3 lasers. Like, what?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, fun times. Hopefully we got a lot more moments coming in the future, especially now that we get to play.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Can't wait. It's going to be a good time. Thanks everybody who's been hanging out, and thanks to Zed for the restreams, offering up his channel and doing the actual restreams. Shouts to VLC Media Player.
VLC Media Player, my beloved.
Yeah, shout outs to VLC, holding it down for decades at this point.
Also, if we're shouting out programs, Twitch Downloader. The people that work on Twitch Downloader, fantastic. Made it so I didn't have to make sure that the VODs were still around. I just needed to get them downloaded so that when Twitch inevitably blows them up, I still had them.
Shout outs to free open source software.
OSS. We love open. We love OSS.
Shout outs to the traffic cone. Again, holding it down for decades at this point.
Decades.
Decades of just being a traffic cone, knowing your limit and staying within it, and thriving, frankly. Anyway, I think that's a good sign that I'm delirious and I should probably go play Mario Kart.
We've been here for a little bit.
We've been here for a couple hours.
One or
and
two.
Then before that with the setup. So appreciate you, Zed. This was really fun.
I've had nothing but good times putting these on. All I can hope for is that someone will do it for us.
Yep, that we have a tutorial set up. I think it's pinned. Is it pinned?
I think it was pinned.
Well, we
Maybe
have
it
a
was either
tutorial.
you or Llama.
If someone wants to put on a restream while Zed and I are actually racing, that would be super great. When do we need it? We have not scheduled yet. Our opponent was literally decided today. So, yeah, Urza would do it, but unfortunately, we are racing against Urza. Also,
You know what? What
if
if we
you-
all sit in one VC? I
Yeah.
turn on my other computer, set up the restream on that one, face it away from me, and we all just talk the entire time.
Yeah, that will definitely be good entertainment on Twitch.tv. Mark, we're going to need it. It's going to be at least a month, because Urza's busy for the next month. Because this is the fastest moving tournament in history.
We don't really have time constraints. Well, I suppose we'd probably want to wrap this one up before the SGL tournament comes around.
We probably want to wrap this up sometime before Timespinner 2 releases.
So you're saying we're racing Bodhi?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, but no, thanks Zed. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and I'm gonna go play some Mario Kart, I think.
I'm gonna go watch people play Mario Kart because it looks interesting, but I just don't have one yet. All right. Everyone take care.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great night, everybody.